gentlemen, we do not wish you well on future endeavors because you are here listening to Debate Amongst Friends. Welcome. Doc Leesner was not cut today. He is here in the building. Doc, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I almost feel like I have the reads because the news that broke right here before we started this recording speaks volumes to where this team is going. But how are you doing?
Doing pretty good. Some shocking news that rocked the sports world, both entertainment wise and, of course, basketball wise. The big breaking news today is Boston Celtics president Danny Ainge retiring and Brad Stevens stepping down from head coaching, but he's really stepping up to become the new team president. You like that, didn't you?
No, that's perfect. And it goes to what I was saying, and I think it was off the podcast about him and how long his tenure is going to really last because it's like, how long do you go before you say, okay, we're kind of we're there in the playoffs, but we're kind of getting to that mediocre point.
Yes.
So here what he's done, he revalues himself as a president, and that helps keep him around because they do like him, right?
Mhm.
So that helps keep him around, and it doesn't fire him. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
it doesn't remove him from the organization because clearly he's been doing a great job, but they needed to move on from him. This is actually really perfect. And I'm actually extremely happy and give him all the respect in the world for not assuming both roles like most people would do.
And it did not work very well at all.
It-
I
but
don't think
but
there's ever
they
been a successful story of that.
maybe, and I don't know. I know
Maybe
he
New
only did it
England?
for. I was gonna give Pop some credit because I know he did it for a little bit. For a little bit, I know they brought in a general manager eventually,
Yeah,
but
well, I think they just fired the general manager, so he assumed the role for, I believe, that season, or
yeah, it might have
the
been a
rest of
season
that
or
season, and
two.
like the other season as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, you give credit. I give credit to Belichick. I mean, obviously, there's the Patriot way that we talk about.
Of course.
Um, you have a few people that have that power that can do that, who have that relationship building experience, and they could do that. But not everybody. So I'm actually I respect Stevens for stepping down and um or stepping up, as you said, stepping down to step up.
Yes. See,
And right now,
I almost went the whole Dorian route with that whole thing, but I
oh,
didn't want to put you on
wow.
your toe.
No, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. But
But
then you have people they've already started thinking, you got Jason Kidd out there, you got a few, coaches that might get the look. Personally, I don't think kids deserved another shot just yet.
I agree with you.
Um, I think it's time to kick the tires on some new coaches. Um, I think they need a almost like a injection, not of poison, but they need an injection of energy.
I was gonna
Like
say an
Brad
injection
Stevens,
of youth.
yeah, Brad Stevens he was a young coach when he came in, and he's really mellow. I think they need somebody that's exciting, somebody that's gonna like push
Light
them.
fire in them.
Yeah, they need somebody like that. Not somebody that's gonna tear them down, but you have a nice young core there. They need someone with experience but has a lot of fire.
Mhm.
So I'm be interested to see who they bring in. I hope it's not anybody vanilla. Like I really don't want to see Jason Kidd, or I don't want to see, you know, don't give me the normal names. Like give me somebody different.
Yes.
That's all I'm asking Boston to do. Give us something different.
You're
That's
asking a lot
all we're
of
saying.
Boston.
I know I am, but
You're
give
asking
us
a lot
something
from
different.
Boston. But let's
Um,
keep it with the Celtics and let's go over these game 5's
Yep.
as the Brooklyn Nets take down the Boston Celtics in 5 games.
Which is what made the news so like
Out of
abrupt,
nowhere.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about out of nowhere also later on this particular show. I got some bones to pick because there are some things that were done yesterday that were just we got to talk about it. But the Brooklyn Nets put the Celtics out of their misery 4-1. Um, it, I mean, I think Boston just didn't have an answer, and Brooklyn is just a really, really good team. So we need to put respect on the fact that they have three, possibly four, and some really, really good role players, but four guys who all had MVP or all-star level seasons in the past, maybe even more. I'm probably not giving somebody enough credit.
Mm-hmm.
But moving on from that game, we got Portland and Denver. Denver actually pulled it out 147 to 140. There was a moment where, Austin Rivers is guarding Dame. He gets picked. Dame goes up for the shot and misses. And you get that epic shot of freaking Austin Rivers saying, "Thank God." That's how hot Dame was last night. That you had young Austin Rivers praying after a shot.
Well, I
But
mean, and we talked about the whole whether or not they want to break up the tandem of
we did.
CJ and Dame. I told you it's probably going to be CJ that's going to get shut down instead of Dame because Dame is love to. Do you really want to deal with fan backlash after getting rid of Dame?
Oh, that's the thing. It's like, see, in the previous game, he scored 10 points, right? He was cold. So then
But
today he comes out. Yesterday he
he
comes out.
contributed in other ways, which we talked about.
But I believe he's also older than CJ, not by much, but he's
Yeah,
older. I'm sure he probably makes more money than CJ.
of course.
Uh, and honestly, he sells tickets. So it's like you have to think about it. If they are going to split them, you probably would let go of the older person. But I don't know. I mean, ultimately, they may not split them up. They might keep them and then get rid of everybody else and rebuild around them. Hopefully, the salary cap goes up and
Mhm.
gives them a little bit more wiggle room. But I would say it could be Nurkic. He could be out.
It's Nurkic.
I know that
It's
they have to.
Nurkic.
Yeah, I know that they would have to get rid of. They might would have let Carmelo walk. You have to make a decision on Norman Powell. I know Robert Covington makes about 12 to 15 million. So I mean, they have a lot of guys that make pretty good amount of money. I'm sure Ennis Cantor makes a pretty good amount of money.
He's going to.
But they have some really, really talented people at the edge of the bench. Derek Jones Jr., Nasir Little, even TJ Leaf, Harry Giles the third. Like they have some really, really good pieces that don't play. And I think at one point TJ Leaf was really playing really well for Indiana. So I'm not sure if maybe he just fell out of the good graces of the NBA and he's just, a bench player right now. But I felt he had a pretty good, significant time in Indiana to now be just riding the bench. At least at college, I knew he was really, really good, as well as
Yes.
Harry Giles. Derek Jones was dunking on everybody in Miami, which is why I thought the Trailblazers brought him in. But right now, you got Robert Covington, who's a great defender, but he's not giving you that effort. Obviously, this game he gave you 19 points. Last game, I think it was like 3 or something. So they have to just decide, like, hey, who are we if we don't have Dame, right? Who are we if we don't have McCollum?
Yep.
So it's like,
And
obviously,
he
this
had
game,
9 points the other game. Robert
9 points. So yeah, it was like 40 minutes though.
35.
35. Okay, so this time it was 43. He had 19 points and 11 rebounds. So I mean, I like Covington a lot. I really didn't want the Rockets to get rid of him personally, but things happen, and
Of course.
that's just the way the business works. Um, Now, this last game, though, this last game between the Lakers and the Celtics. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow. The Lakers and the Suns. So I wanted to tell you and ask you about LeBron walking out as the Lakers are getting blown out. I know we talked about this in the past,
We have.
but here we are. They're getting spanked, and he leaves.
I mean, I
Third,
still
I
have
think
the
it was like
same stance on
early. It was
superstars.
like early too. It wasn't
Yeah,
like
like I still have, reservations. I still feel a certain type of way. A superstar just walking out. In this case, like way too soon.
because it wasn't like
Nothing from the injury report, so no one can't say that
yeah.
he was hobbling or anything like that. There's no excuses here. None.
That's how I'm trying to figure out. Like, all right, like,
None. You want me to tell you what really grinded my gears? About
oh,
how many people were just talking about, like, how should I say this without sounding condescending? But I'd like to sound condescending.
hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
People immediately started to talk about the Trailblazers game, which I can admit, and we can both admit, great game, must see TV. Definitely should have been on.
TNT.
Yep, TNT. But
Mm-hmm.
of course, you're not going to put the Lakers on NBA TV. It was LeBron James, so whatever. But no one wanted to talk about how the Suns ran him out of the gym.
Again,
No one
and
wanted to talk about that.
I'm sure that people are gonna. You know how they create these narratives. You know, Anthony Davis. Oh my God, if Anthony Davis go. Listen, I've been saying this for years. Chris Paul does not hurt his hamstring. Rockets beat the Warriors. I never gave the Warriors an asterisk because Chris Paul hurt his
Nope.
hamstring. You know what I'm saying? I always say the Rockets lost because that hamstring. So I ain't trying to hear nothing about that. I ain't trying to hear it. You can
And it's
save
just
it.
like you said, it's these narratives. It's, well, we didn't have Anthony Davis. Okay, well, we all knew about his injury history.
Right.
There's nothing
Right.
new. It's never a matter of if, only when. When he's on the floor, hands down, best player. I even said that last year during the bubble. I'm like, yeah, if Anthony Davis doesn't play, the Lakers not even passing the first round, honestly.
I can agree with
Maybe the
that.
first round, but like they're not making the Western Conference Finals.
And again, and I've said this, I've said this over and over, like their team is not bad with or without Anthony Davis, with or without LeBron. This is a good team. Like, I think without them, they still would win 40 games, 40 plus games. This isn't a scrub team. I mean, I know it don't sound sexy, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
but you got Morris, you got Kuzma. That Horton guy, he's going to be a star somewhere. Like, somebody's going to overpay for him.
Yep.
THT, I believe, are his initials that they go by. But that guy's going to get overpaid. You got MVP Caruso, right? You got Schroeder. I mean, they have some really, really good pieces. And I didn't even mention Andre Drummond, who could easily go back to his 20 and 20 ways if you really needed him to.
Got 13 rebounds, but only 7 points, though.
Again, he's not the guy. He's not the guy in this offense. If you want him to go back to 20 and 20, he could easily do it. Give him the ball and move out the way. Give me the ball and
I
move out the
mean,
way.
nothing stopped them from actually doing it. They was getting blown out by 30 pretty much the whole game.
Man, listen. Everybody else wanted the ball. I mean,
Okay, they only scored what 26 points in the first quarter, but for a while they were only I think they were down by like 8 for most of the quarter. They
he
only
only
scored
took
10 points in a second. Like,
bro. He only took 5 field goals.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if it
There
was
was
a
no
game to
opportunities.
just get him the ball in the post and just let him do him, this was the game.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like every game should be that. Like
No excuses.
Anthony,
And now Lakers fans are calling for Frank Vogel's job, which is hilarious.
which I never thought he was good, and I never thought he was a good choice. I I never thought he was a good choice. I don't know what
It's
made them do
the
this.
coin of phrase, the LeBron effect.
I never thought he was a good choice. LeBron effect or not, I just did not believe he was a good choice. And it seemed like everybody and their mother played last night, but Anthony Davis.
Like
Um,
when Frank Vogel mentioned his time as the head coach of the Pacers when they was going after the Heat during the Heatle days, I knew
sure.
at that moment, okay, that's probably the worst thing you can say right now. Because
I
that
mean,
Pacers team, like I told you, could have beaten those Heatles.
they could have,
They could have.
but what happened?
Well, a lot of
They
things
didn't.
happened, but we're not going to
Yeah,
get
they
into that because
didn't.
people are going to start calling us haters.
I mean, listen, they had a really good team.
All I
Correct
got
me
to
if I'm
say
not. I
is
mean,
bounce,
that's
bounce, bounce, go for layup. Oh, free throws.
wow. That was the Roy Hibbert years, right?
Yep. When
Roy
Roy
Hibbert,
Hibbert was really, really good before he lost his, before
the
he
weight.
went to Shawn Michaels and lost his smile.
He lost his weight, and I didn't. I hated that fire. When Roy Hibbert got all slim and skinny, I was like, it's over. Because
Yeah,
he didn't have. I didn't feel like he had the. And maybe he could have developed it, but I didn't feel like he had the footwork to match a smaller frame.
I will agree
Like,
with you actually.
like he didn't have that footwork. Like if he would have had the footwork, and he, or maybe he worked a summer or a year with Olajuwon or somebody like that, we would have had no problems. But the way his frame was set up, that big body was
Mm-hmm.
perfect on the block. But once he lost the weight, it
That
was
was
over.
it.
Yeah, it was over. But I saw it this morning, and I'm gonna use that particular image for this episode of LeBron walking off the court
That is perfect. I like it.
early, and that could symbolize the Lakers leaving the playoffs early.
The fact that now there are articles talking about LeBron James's pursuit of Michael Jordan fading away in the first, like this is the stuff that people are just writing now, folks.
I mean, I
Like
don't
this is
know.
ridiculous.
I don't know how many. I don't know how many more years LeBron has in him. Obviously, he's not gonna catch LeBron. He's not gonna catch Mike,
LeBron's not
and
going to catch LeBron.
yeah, he's not gonna catch
LeBron
Mike.
screwed LeBron. Okay, Doc went straight
Yeah,
Vince McMahon on y'all.
yeah, he's not gonna catch Mike in championships, and that's okay. Like I don't think he probably wanted to, but they're gonna live on the fact that he made it to more finals. Like they're gonna live on that.
Okay, and that's all well and good, but here's the problem though: how many of
There's
them
no
did he win?
problem. There's no problem. They're gonna
Because
live on
I
it.
didn't know being the best meant having
You made
participation
it.
trophies in
Listen,
championship games. I thought the whole
they made.
point of
Nope.
basketball, football,
Nope.
baseball is to
Nope.
win.
They don't care about that. That he made it. That's what it'll say. LeBron made it to 19 finals back to back.
Which he only has what, 4?
Don't even matter.
He only
The
has
guy's a
4
the guy's a
out of
beast.
19.
That guy is a beast.
That guy is a bum.
Can't tell him that. Can't say it. You just can't. Listen, you can't tell him that. So, well, I'll let him live with it. I don't really care. It doesn't bother me none.
Now,
I will
will
never
I say
argue.
LeBron James the best of this current generation of talent and of
Yeah,
course the previous one? Absolutely, hands down. I'm not going to deny that.
yeah. He's a beast.
But the guy went to that many finals, and of course I believe Doc is exaggerating on 19. I don't think it was 19,
Seems like 19.
but he only came away with 4.
Hey, the guy's a
But what
problem.
about the one where he came back from 3-1? He should have won 3-1.
Hey, that guy's a beast.
Like, yes, Heart of the Champion. Yes, Rudy T made that expression iconic. But not
You can
down
say what you want.
3-1.
The guy
Rudy T didn't come back from 3-1.
went to 19 finals, man.
Oh my gosh. Whatever, folks.
But other than that, it's a really good day of basketball. Obviously, we have more games coming up. Hopefully, the Knicks can.
It's a wrap.
Oh, you saying it's over?
It's a wrap.
You saying you're not even going to give him a shot?
It's a wrap.
In New York,
It's a wrap.
Clint Capella says,
It's a wrap.
New York, we're coming for you, Ninja.
It's a wrap.
Is it a wrap for everybody, or you think it's just the Knicks?
It's a wrap for the Knicks for the series, and I
Okay.
mentioned this from game one.
Well, no, I'm just. I'm not. I don't want you. You don't have to. I mean,
Okay.
you don't have to.
'Cause
Yeah.
you know what I said since game one. Well,
I'm
I
just
know
saying,
you
is
thought
it
I
a
was just
wrap
trying to be
for?
like Doc.
No, I'm asking, is it a wrap for everybody? Because everybody's down 3-1, except for the last game, Dallas.
It's a
and
wrap
LA.
for the Knicks. The Mavericks is down.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
It's 4 games on
The
tonight.
Clippers going to be up 3-2.
Ooh.
It's a wrap for the Grizzlies, but it's going to be a heck of a game. I can't
You
wait.
think the Grizzlies?
And it's going to be on NBA TV. This is going to be the second straight night where we're going to have a great game that's on NBA TV. And it ticks me off.
Wow.
And it is not a wrap for the Wizards if Joel Embiid does not play.
I think
that series, if Joel Embiid cannot play, is going to go 7.
It's interesting.
Because of Clutch. Clutch baskets is going to kill him.
No, I can understand that. I think I don't know. I feel like the Knicks have a little more fight. I think they're not going to go out like suckers like this. They're really going out like suckers right now. I don't think the Knicks are going to go out like suckers. I also don't think the Grizzlies are going to go out like suckers either. I do think Washington's going to lose. I feel like
we may have another fan incident at Madison Square Garden tonight.
Oh, I don't know. That's so weird. Like the fact that keeps happening is pretty insane. But hopefully you're wrong. Yeah, but is that really worth it though? Like to do something at a game of professionals, right? You're here watching a game, you get banned and you get arrested, fined. Like that's not worth it to me. Like you're
banned, whatever, but arrested. Like it's not like you're getting arrested for like years.
Yeah, but you're still getting a felony and probably getting a fine, which is probably more than the actual tickets. Because some of them people probably got them tickets.
Okay, I'm like some of the people who, and these are courtside seats, they have enough for that.
Yeah. Well, if I'm not mistaken, one of the fines I believe was like $2,000. If I'm not mistaken, unless I'm mixing it up with something else I saw. But I mean,
like outside of the Boston dude who threw the water bottle at Kyrie, like all the other people were at courtside.
Well, the guy with the popcorn was up top, so really it's just the spitting person.
It was a spitting person, and it was.
I don't know about the runner. The runner, did you see? I don't know where he came from.
I didn't know where he came from.
He was just out. He was just like. He tried to slide. That boy tried to slide onto the freaking floor like it was a freaking Wet and Wild or something. Like, what is wrong with you? Yeah, he's like, boy, you crazy. But we're here to discuss basketball Monday through Friday. This season is coming really close to an end. I can't wait till the next round because this round is starting to get kind of buns, but we're working through it. Be sure if you cannot find us on your favorite platform, which I know you can because we're on all of them, you can always go to our website at www.debateamongstfriends.com, and we will be there Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch this episode and all our other episodes. Tomorrow we'll be back with more NBA action and catching you up on some news. And again, tune in tomorrow for more analysis, that news, and the read.